From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Wednesday, May 3rd, an arrest is made for the murder of a school bus driver. The State House takes up the issue of stem cell research and remembering police who've fallen in the line of duty. Here are the details. Police make an arrest in the murder investigation of a bus driver in the Christina School District. WDEL's Curtis Gray has the details.
The charge will be first-degree murder for 25-year-old Jamise Ross of Newark. State troopers have identified the bus driver as 31-year-old Elizabeth Ware. She had been recently in a relationship with Ross. She was found by a district employee in the driver's seat of her bus just before 7 o'clock Wednesday morning with multiple stab wounds. Police interviewed Ross Wednesday because he was the last person Miss Ware was involved in a relationship with. Troopers arrested Ross last week on 2 counts of harassment, and that case is still pending. The bus was found at Marrows Road and Route 273, stopped in the eastbound lanes of that highway with the reverse lights still on the bus. There were no children on the bus at the time of the stabbing. I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Officials at a school in Newark receive a threatening note aimed at harming students. State police say a Kirk Middle School student found the threatening note yesterday that identified several students by first name that the writer wanted to harm. The note advised the 9 students would be hurt in the days to come. There were no suspects at this time. Additional police will be assigned to the school, and police will also increase their presence in the area of the school during routine patrols. It's the final stretch for legislation to regulate embryonic stem cell research. WDEL legislative correspondent Carl Konevsky reports from Dover.
After a lengthy debate, the controversial legislation won approval from the House Health and Human Development Committee. People on both sides of the issue have lobbied passionately, from Andrea Evans of the Delaware Family Foundation, who believes the issue lies with an authority higher than the General Assembly, to David Dietz, whose daughter suffers from juvenile diabetes.
This bill has to pass because the best and brightest medical researchers in the world and in our country tell us that this is where the best and brightest hope lies to find a cure for so many diseases.
This bill needs to be defeated because it kills embryos, the first stage of life, and that is against God's word and it's against the sanctity of life.
House sponsor Debbie Hudson, a Greenville Republican, says strong lobbying has clouded the main objective of the legislation.
People have lost the main point of this bill, and the point is to regulate a science that is already legal. And that's important to remember too, that the science is legal. But we feel that to make it ethical and moral, we should regulate it, and people would then be more comfortable with the science.
Hudson hopes to bring the bill to the floor before lawmakers recess for budget markup in 2 weeks. Reporting from Legislative Hall in Dover, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Senator Biden's mouth is making news again. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcoll.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
Has Senator Biden stuck his foot in his mouth again? It depends upon your perspective. Biden was caught by C-SPAN's cameras at an event in South Carolina, saying he was going to shove the Iraq funding bill down President Bush's throat.
With that deal, we're not building these new Humvees for the beachside city. It's just crap, man. Kids are dying, don't have to die. The second thing is, we're going to shove it down his throat.
Politico.com put the clip on YouTube, bringing the blogosphere into the debate. Ben Smith with Politico says the clip has upset supporters of the war and the president, but this clearly isn't as bad as some things Biden has said in the past. One state representative says lawmakers need a cooling-off period before returning to Legislative Hall as paid lobbyists. WDEL's Carl Konevsky reports.
State Representative John Kowalko, a Newark Democrat, says retiring lawmakers need to wait a year before becoming lobbyists, returning to Dover to try and influence their former colleagues. Three members of the House last year, Jerry Buckworth, Roger Roy, and Wayne Smith, have all come back to Legislative Hall this session as lobbyists, but Kowalko believes the break is important so the general public doesn't get the wrong idea about a lawmaker's time in office.
If you have a lawmaker who works for a couple of years very, very hard on a piece of legislation and then leaves this assembly, even though it's a legitimate piece of legislation, and comes back as a lobbyist for that organization, his bill is going to be viewed with a little bit of circumspect suspicion. And I think that this gives us an opportunity to allay those fears.
The House Administration Committee approved the bill, and Kowalko says former legislators should be appreciative of the opportunity to return to Dover with a clean slate.
They've managed to retain future employment without having to use any or imply that they're using any kind of influence to get this job. And I think they'll gain more respect from the public, but also from their colleagues if they come back after a year cooling off period, and they are assertive about what they want to promote.
Leadership from both sides of the aisle have signed on to co-sponsor the bill. Reporting from Legislative Hall in Dover, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
The problem of inmate health care may soon get a shot in the arm from the General Assembly. A bill creating a health care review committee for the Department of Correction won approval from members of the House Corrections Committee yesterday. The group would serve the commissioner in an advisory role, reviewing inmate deaths and subsequent autopsies, health care contracts for the state prisons, and all statistics related to health care behind prison walls. The bill now goes to the full House. State and law enforcement officials paused to remember Delaware's fallen officers yesterday. WDEL's Carl Konevsky was there.
They came on two wheels, and they came on four wheels. They marched on two legs, and on four. The Fraternal Order of Police held the 35th Annual Delaware Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Service across from Legislative Hall. Governor Minner, Lieutenant Governor Carney, and Attorney General Beau Biden were among the dignitaries joining the families, friends, and colleagues of the officers who died while serving the state. Officers from agencies up and down the state paid tribute to those who have passed, including 33 who died in the line of duty. A group of police chiefs placed wreaths at a memorial outside of Legislative Hall, and flags were lowered to half-staff. I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Something unusual for the Blue Rocks. WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let Dart do the driving.
I do all my shopping with Dart. It's the most convenient way to shop the outlets, and it saves me money.
Now save even more. Get up to 40% off with a discounted Dart card online at dartfirststate.com or at your local Acme Market.
At this rate, with the money I save riding Dart, I have a new pair of shoes every week.
Travel smart. Choose Dart.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, Willie Harris singled home the go-ahead run with the bases loaded into the sixth inning as Atlanta edged the Phillies 4-3 last night. Chipper Jones had a two-run double for the Braves. The Phils' only offense of the night came on a three-run homer by Ryan Howard, his fourth of the year. The Phillies make their first West Coast swing of the year starting tonight against San Francisco. Adam Eaton goes for the Phils against Matt Cain. Coverage on WDEL starts tonight at 9:40. And the Blue Rocks stepped out of character last night, exploding for 14 hits in a 9-0 rout of Frederick. The offensive outburst came just one night after the Rocks were held to just one hit. The final game of the four-game series is tonight. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: sun and clouds mixed through today, the high reaching 70. Tonight, clear skies, low 42. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 70. And for Saturday, sunshine and just a tad bit warmer. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world on WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.